Welcome to another T3 unboxing. Today we've got Thrustmaster's whizzy new TGT racing wheel, which is for PlayStation 4 and PC. Now, this wheel is a cut above normal video game console accessory or peripheral wheels. It costs £699 and it's built with, well, for a video game accessory, some incredibly complex technology. And from what we can see, some really quite whizzy engineering. So we can't wait to get stuck in. The wheel's been made specifically for use with Gran Turismo Sport, which is shortly coming out on PlayStation 4. But it is also usable with other racing titles. But there's two modes. There's the Sport GT mode, which is for Gran Turismo Sport, and there's the other mode for use with other racing titles. But enough about that for the moment. Today we're just doing an unboxing, so let's have a quick look around the box and see what's what. So on the front, what do we have? We've got for PlayStation 4, Thrustmaster, that classic old accessory maker, is still alive and kicking. We've got a picture of the wheel on the front. Let's turn the box around. Okay, on the side, what do we have? Ooh, fancy. Some of the features that we've got. So we've got a genuine leather wheel, rotary selectors and two mini sticks, quite useful I imagine for navigating menus. And here it talks about its metal paddle shifters and, wow, quite a lot of rotation. So you'll be able to rotate the wheel quite crazily in both directions, which is good. And also, yes, as I mentioned, it's also compatible with PC on Windows 10, 8, 7 and Vista. Let's have a look at, where are we? This way. Have a look at the back. So here again, we won't go into detail. It seems to be talking you through quite a lot of the technology that's built into the wheel. And here you can see the servo base of the wheel and the wheel at the front. There's also pedals, I believe, in this package, but they're not shown there. Let's have a look finally on this side of the box. And yes, more features. You've got more, some sensations coming from the steering column. I don't know if that's force feedback or sort of like torque generation. Yes, and here we are, the 3-pedal set. These are metal pedals, I believe, and we'll shortly get a look at them. So, let's have a look inside. So we open the top of the box, and aha! So the first thing we see right here, I think we should go straight forward, is the wheel itself. So let's bring it out and move the box to the side. So here's the wheel. It comes in a plastic baggie. Just remove the baggie. Typical silicone gel. So here you have it, and in the hand I've got to say that it feels very, very weighty. It doesn't feel plasticky at all. In fact, it feels like it's actually made out of metal, and in fact there are definitely metal features on here. The leather, yes, it feels nice and smooth. And yeah, here are the various buttons. We've got a navigator, we've got the typical PlayStation left and right, and the circle, triangle, square and cross of the PlayStation. Let's have a look at the back. So here you can see the connector where it's going to fit into the driving column of the steering wheel. And we've got paddle shifters. Very nice, feels good. Obviously we'll be taking off this sticky in due course. Let's put that to one side and continue to look inside the box. Okay, here we've got a manual. We won't go into that, quite boring, but I'm sure it's full of vital information. What's this? It seems to be some part... Oh, is this the clamp system? Aha, I think this is going to be part of the clamping mechanism, because we all know with racing wheels, the one thing you don't want is it to be moving around all the time while you're trying to steer. More random bits that we'll need. We've got the power, of course, because it's a powered wheel. More cables. What do we have here? This looks like USB to USB, maybe? We'll see later. It's just a cable. And what more do we have? More clamping mechanisms, I think, to help you secure the wheel and the base, and maybe even the pedal array in one place. Okay, so that was the top layer. Let's remove this polystyrene to reveal what we've got underneath. And what do we have? So here we seem to have the steering wheel column. Quite difficult to remove from the box. Quite secure. Oh, now this thing weighs a ton, I've got to say. Let's take it out of the bag. Whew. Incredibly heavy. I don't know what it's like. It's like picking up a dumbbell. The thing is clearly weighted down quite heavily, and there's a lot of metal here in the plate. If we look at the back, what do we have? Various different connectors. And everything's labelled up, so it seems quite straightforward here. We've got USB, we've got the shifter connector, the pedals connector. I guess we're going to have some sort of sound coming out of the back of here. This looks like it can generate some sound. And if we move back around to the front, we've got more buttons, L3 and R3. We've got the mode shifter, which I talked about earlier, which is either for Gran Turismo Sport on the GT setting, or the other setting for other racing titles, and that works just by flicking it backwards and forwards. And we've got a mode selector. So it looks like we're going to be clamping the wheel into here when we've set the thing up, and then the various wires and cables will come out of the back. Let's put that to one side while we continue to look inside this box. What do we have here? This looks amazing. It's some sort of gadget. Oh, it's the it looks like it's the power supply, but I don't know if it functions as... Oh, turbo power. Wow, okay. I'm not exactly sure if this does anything other than power the system, but clearly it's needed for the wheel to operate. Let's put it to one side. What else do we have? We're coming on to the pedals now. Let's remove more polystyrene. Last part of the box. And here we have the pedal array. I've always thought with a lot of video game wheels that they should come with pedals. I mean, when you drive a car, it's one of the one things that you very much associate with the experience. So in the past, when companies have released wheels on their own, or even without a gear stick or gear shifter, then it feels sort of like you're getting half the experience. But here we do. We've got a really, really heavy unit. Again, this feels like you're picking up dumbbells. It's very, very well weighted. At the bottom it seems to have some nice little rubber feet, and the cable array to power it can be routed here through here for a nice tight finish. The pedals made out of metal, and there's some good resistance on these. Specifically the brake pedal here, which really, really pushes back, so you're not going to be easily pressing this by accident. And again, the accelerator pedal here on the right. I've got to say, they feel from hand touch. I mean, I haven't used my feet yet, but they do feel like proper car pedals. Right, so that's everything in the box. So let's just line up everything you get in the TGT from Thrustmaster. So you get the pedal array, you get the actual steering wheel base, the driving column, you get the leather wrapped steering wheel, and you get the turbo power supply. You get various clamps, which I'm sure will be absolutely essential, because while these weigh quite a bit, you could still imagine that if you're a bit rough, you could have the entire thing shifting around uneasily, so it's very important. You've got a power cable, lots of boring stuff, more nuts and bolts for clamps, various bits and bobs. You've got the USB cable, which we saw you needed to plug in at the back, and finally you've got the also important manual. We're going to be doing a full review of the Thrustmaster TGT when we've managed to assemble everything and got Gran Turismo up and running. And yeah, make sure you check back into t3.com later in the week for the full review of that and Gran Turismo.